was first a student of mine during my second year at the University of Houston. From our first meeting, I recognized in Carol a person of much depth and talent. I have seen her regularly as she progressed through the doctoral program, and Carol came to be a good friend as well as a top student. Her graduation is an event of great pride for me and for the university. Carol has been an ideal doctoral student, and that for a fairly subtle reason. Many people do their doctoral degrees mainly in order to develop new skills, be promoted at their places of work, have the title of doctor in front of their names. But as the highest degree possible, the highest mark of formal and scholarly endeavor, the doctorate should mean more than these things. It did for me, and it does for Carol. Ideally, doctoral work should be part of one's life mission. It should be the flowering of a talent that grace provided us. I believe that all human beings have their missions to fulfill and their talents to express. But not many are fortunate enough to truly know what their purpose is, nor able to link this purpose to their formal schooling. Carol knew she was special when she first came into our doctoral program. I am sure of this, even if she is not. I could see it in her right away. She had a talent and a contribution to make that was deeply known inside of her. It directed the many decisions she had to make when picking courses and deciding on projects. It came in full bloom with the choice of a dissertation project and her stunning fulfillment of that choice. Carol's dissertation is Carol. It is a brilliant expression, illustration, elaboration, and maturation of a deep insight that she had many years before. Now that's a real professorial statement, isn't it? And it's true. And this is why Carol's doctoral work is the ideal. It has been exactly as all doctorates should be. The theories she read and mastered, the data she generated and analyzed, these things merely gave Carol an expanded vocabulary to express and clarify what she already knew. She has a deep and unique understanding of human beings and how they communicate. Part of the depth is her love for humanity in all its wonderful forms. Carol had a gift to share, a gift that needed the hard work of birthing to come forth in full form. This Carol did. She gave birth to her gift, fulfilling part of her destiny in the process, and benefiting many others at the same time. Carol has become more Carol through her work, and that is what doctoral work should be all about. We can expect much more from Carol now, Dr. Archer. Thought you were to rest on your laurels? No, you wouldn't do that. As she continues with her work, I expect books and articles to follow. I expect to see students grow towards expressing their own life mission under Dr. Archer's guidance. Meanwhile, I will always display Dr. Archer's dissertation with pride on my bookshelf. Sincerely, Phil Francis Carspecken, May 1996. The only thing you forgot was President of the United States, but your mother didn't care. It's been a pleasure for me to know Carol as well as a member of her committee, because it is, I think, a good word was subtle, because she knows so much about how to interact with people, how to make people feel at home, how to get along, and how to bring things into focus that we're so blind to in our own cultural identity. But she does it in such a not casual, but very normal way. And even when she introduced me, at least, to culture bumps, I didn't feel very much bumped, because she has a way of easing those bumps, and that's what her life is all about. But it gets you to think about those things. And as I just stand here and look around and see the many different families, the many different backgrounds of the people, and she's really transcultural in a sense. And with the Madrigal Singers being here, there's almost a sense of timelessness here. That it's the way people ought to relate to one another. Sometimes we can do it more easier with people in the past, but she's teaching us how to get along with people in the present. Not only by her work, which is I think probably a seminal work, a work that will get much attention and be very important. If we had such a thing as best dissertation, I'm sure she would have been awarded it, because it's, in my view, the best dissertation committee that I've served on. And I learned a lot, and we don't like to admit that we learn anything from our students, you understand, as professors. So, you know, I'll give you that. We learned a lot, and we enjoyed very much working with her. And I mean that personally, Carol, and she's always a joy. I've never seen her with a frown on her face. You know, even when she was in, you know, having to get this and that together, and computers would, you know, throw up or whatever they all do. She would always have that calmness about her, where maybe she was like churning inside, I don't know, but always that friendly approach, which you well know. I just want to testify to that from the academic side, because that's how I know her, mainly from the academic side, and she's just been a wonderful student, a wonderful person to know, and she's made a wonderful contribution to the field and to ourselves, and to our university, to our community, and to all of you. So thank you, Carol.
There are, you know, obviously the schedule is not on target, but there were also some other people that had some things to say, and then if there are any, and as soon as she runs around the corner and gets it, she'll come back and say it. And then anyone else that would like to say something will, you know, just family and friends and everyone. There were several things, Carol. There's some cards and letters coming in for you, and from various and sundry places that